hang out with me tonight as I try to stay up late. I'm going from working an early yesterday, 8 to 4, to having to go in Friday night at 11:30 p.m. and stay in overnight. So I'm trying to stay up kind of late tonight. I'm not really great at it. I'm an early bird all the way, but actually, to be more accurate, I'm probably not an early bird or a night owl. I'm like a permanently exhausted chicken or a pigeon, something like that. Anyway, so right now I am attempting to keep myself awake by doing things. So right now I am making pancakes. They're banana pancakes. I had a whole bunch of bananas that I pureed this week. We made bananas. I have made banana smoothies with yogurt. This was the last of it. I just used Bisquick. Added some eggs because we have plenty of eggs. And I bought some mini chocolate chips because my kiddos like them. And I'm going to make some of the pancakes with those. So it's about 10:30 and here we go. So how I make them is to keep them all of a similar size. Because if you're a parent of more than one kid, you know size matters. I use a muffin. An ice cream scooper. I call this my muffin scooper because I use it for the muffins too. Actually, I don't use it for ice cream at all. So maybe muffin scooper is more accurate. So I use that. And then I add some chocolate chips. Mainly because I don't put the chocolate chips in the batter because they all sink to the bottom. So you end up with some with hardly any. And then a whole bunch at the very bottom. So I like the little chips to make put in pancakes and muffins and stuff. I personally don't like biting into a big honkin' chip, but that's just me. And then I'll flip these over once the bubbles, you gotta wait for the bubbles. And then you flip them over and you got pancakes. These ones are done. You know, the first ones always look like not great, so we'll see how many I can get out of this batch. I forgot to make mention that after I camp out, they had a lot of this left. So that's actually what I used in there instead of milk to thin it out. You know, that'll work. You could use yogurt. Anything, really. I mean, water even. I've used water. Water ain't gonna hurt nothing. I mean, it makes a slightly tougher pancake, but it's not worth worrying about. If you got some water, use water. If that's what you got. These are looking anemic. This burner does not get hot fast enough or something. I don't know. But anyway. Or I'm too impatient and flip them over too soon. Either way. Here we go. We have that batch made 24, 28, plus 2 more that the kids snuck down and ate. So 20, 30, and then this big one. So 31 pancakes. I like to play pretend that these will last very long, but I made them all chocolate, so they'll be gone before Friday morning. It's currently Wednesday night, so yeah. What I could do is be proactive and hide some of them. Yeah, not going to do that. But I am going to hide these mini chips because my kids will eat the chips particularly fast, even if I tell them not to. So they won't unwrap anything with tinfoil. It's going to be our little secret. Shh. It is 11 o'clock and I'm going to do dishes next. There's quite a few of them from last night's dinner, and the kids, we finished up the casseroles from Thanksgiving, so there's like 3 casserole dishes to be done. There goes the cat. It's 11:48 and I've done all those dishes, and I'm currently scrubbing the stove, but I wanted to show you something. Old credit card or one of those offers that come in the mail that you didn't ask for. I use it to scrape my electric stove, so I'm not scratching the top, glass top, and it works really great. Take a little elbow grease, but gets it done. Here's a little tip for you. So if you get some of these things in the mail, use that for that. It's a good use for a credit card. It's almost midnight, 4 minutes to midnight. And what I'm going to do is work on tomorrow night's dinner since I plan to sleep for a while tomorrow morning. And then I got to homeschool, so I have some turkey. Look at that little bit of turkey. Oh my gosh. I never made anything exciting with the turkey. They ate it all. A little bit of turkey there. Leftover green beans. And I have leftover turkey gravy. And then I'm going to add some frozen corn. I would add peas, except Kaz ate them all. Yep. He will literally take a big old bowl and fill it with frozen peas. All right. Yeah, I want to put a little bit of the turkey broth that I made in here to swish it around because that's a lot of gravy still in there. And I do have a second jar of gravy should I need it. So I'm going to go get that. I'm real pleased about how much turkey there was. There's actually more there than I thought. I can tell you right now, it is definitely going to need that second jar of gravy. So in with the leftover green beans and the corn. So let's see. Green beans away! Maybe? Come on, guys. Oops, gravity works. Alright, let's see. Alright, here we go. I don't know. Maybe we don't add the corn. I think you kind of need the corn for color, though. So yeah, I'm going to add more gravy and some corn. Alright, that's probably not corn for color. Get back in there, corn. Okay, stir that up. And add the gravy. I can't do that one-handed because the jar's not open. I did end up putting the rest of the corn in there. It's a nice mix. There was more turkey in there than I thought. That's plenty. So now what I'm going to do is transfer it to this casserole dish that I have buttered. Here is the casserole. It's completely full. Probably a little over full, but it's fine. It's fine. That's why I put it on here in case it overflows when I cook it tomorrow. We're set. So next up is I bought these. They were reduced for $1.99 or $1.59. I can't, or $1.49 maybe at the grocery outlet. So I am going to unroll these and put them on top of there. Here it is with the crust roll on top. I crimped the edges a little bit to keep the gravy in. Don't know if that'll work, but that's why we have our handy dandy tray here. Should anything splooge out, that's fine. I'm going to wrap this with foil to keep it kind of moist, stick it in the fridge, and tomorrow I will unwrap it and put it in the oven to bake. And that's dinner done. It's around 12:30. I'm going to see what else I can get into next. I feel like I'm going to try to move the clothes from the washer to dryer. Since my surgery, my arms don't work quite right, so that may not happen. We'll see. It is 2:30, and I have gotten this area cleaned up, the lower cabinet scrubbed, and I moved some stuff around to make more room. I cleaned out the air fryer, which was gross. So gross. And, I also cleaned the microwave, which was also not in good shape. Although I was being told that it had, in fact, been being cleaned out. I have my notes. I put away all those dishes. I washed more dishes. I cleaned off my stove. Got that area cleaned off. And, well, I think I am just going to call it a night. The floor still needs to be done, but the boys can do that tomorrow because I had no gas left in the tank. Tomorrow night I'll endeavor to stay up later. May or may not. So, thanks for joining me for my late night cleaning session. And, this kind of thing is of interest to you, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Remember, do what you can with what you got.